Hi guys, welcome to my 4.1.6 conditional operator class. This is part of the operators in C++, and today I'm going to teach you how you can use that instead of if else condition. But I'm not suggesting to use you to use it like instead of if else conditions, because if else statements, because it is just compact when you're writing like simple if else statements. Okay. But if you have some complex program, you don't need to do it. Okay. So you need to create your if else statements as you learned usual or in traditional. Let's get started. So to use it, we have that one, which is condition. We have that one like question mark and value if true and value if false. So first we have conditional point, and after that we have question mark, which is we just comparing if it is true or false. Okay, let's get started how it works. First, write our starter program, which is we can say include our string, and after that we can say include string. You can say using namespace std, and after that we can say integer main. We can open our function, which is to call operating system. Now we can write our codes. So we can say we have two numbers. For example, integer x is just like 5 in this case, maybe 10. Integer y is, for example, 7. Let's say integer z is equals, in this case, 3. Or I don't know, maybe like between them, interval of this x and y, we can say 8. All right, so what we need to do now in here, we can directly apply our program, but before that I would like to show you something. So how we can use it? For example, we can say, for example, let's try for the z like that. I don't want to add the z can like include the result of the or the consequences of the x and y. We can just say like x is greater or equals than y, and maybe we can say or mm, let's say y is less than or equals, or even it can be true too, for the or the one side can be true. I mean, one condition can be true to output. In this case, as we know, like x is greater or equals than y, and it is true, right? Because we have here or logic gates to use it, right? So if you do it and like, like that, yeah. In this case, by the way, we can put two of them. It means that it will not be true because one of them true, but this one is false. Anyway, let's continue with our first one. Okay. Now we can just say question mark, and after that we can say x and y. So it means then that we will compare like which one will be true or what will be output in this case. As we know, x is greater than y in this case. As we know, this one is true and this one is false, and in this case it will be our result, which is x part will work for that. So x will be output. But let's say something we did in here like that. In this case, we also change it, this one. What will happen? In this case, this side will be true, right? And the output will be y. So if x is in condition true, it will output that one. Or even y is true, that will output that one. I mean, let's see the result first. I mean, before discussion, we can just say that, and we can just look at that, like what will happen in this case. Let's put null in here and see what is the result. All right, we can just run our program and can see the result there. 10. As you see, our x value is 10, right? And in this condition, as you can see, y is less than or equals x. So this side of the condition is true, which is, we know that x is greater than this one. So this is true condition. In this case, we have one true in this condition, right? Because our logic gives us the chance to make x true. What if we say, for example, let's say x greater than equals y, and put there AND operator in this case, yeah, like that, and say y is less than or equals x. In this case, as we know, this is again true conditions. Both sides is true, right? Are true. So when you run that, you will see again what, by the way, what's wrong in here. Let's run it again. It works. 10. As you see, our result is again comes 10 because both side is true. What if you say here, if you put this exclamation mark to make it, for example, like not true, in this case it will be false. And what will be run in this case? Let's try and see what happened. 7, because this one makes it not true, and in this case it is false. So I mean, like, let's just think about this case. It will be false because it is like the both side is true and this is true conditions, right? But when we put here exclamation mark, it makes it not true. Not true means it's false, and in this case that will run for the y part. Maybe you will ask, why like this? Y, I mean, why not x? Because y is in this case true condition, because it is false side, it is true side. Okay? Or even you can think this is true when conditions is true directly. If false, then we know the condition is will work for the y, because it is not true, I mean, it is false. So let me take all this stuff back and just do some, like, easy one. I mean, okay, let's come here. Let's say x is greater than y. In this case, as we know, x is really greater than y, right? So when you run that, let's do it again. After put semicolon. All right, it is 10. So x is greater than y. In this case, as we know, x is really greater than y, and x is true condition, right? When we said x is less than y, what will happen? 7. Now it is y. Because it's saying x is less than y. It is not true conditions. And in this case, y just displaying out. All right? For the z, I mean, it's assigning all this stuff to the values like 7, because conditions are not true. As you know, normally we're using that, like if x, for example, x is greater than y, we're just doing some stuff like, I don't know, maybe we can say like z is equals, like integer z is equals, say x in this case, right? And if it is not true, as you know, we're saying what? Display out integer, let's say integer z, in this case is y, like that. So when you run that, let's see what will happen. In this case, I will just tag this one from here, and I will come back to the here, just come back to the do it like that, and put it here. So in both case, it is same. So let's close that one and see the result if it works. So when you run that, okay, what it's saying, count something wrong here. Let's run it again. If something, all right, maybe we can put here integer z. Yeah, we can run that right now. Okay, it is 10. So if conditions works and it is true conditions, right? Because x is greater than y. In this case, z, so which is z takes x values in here, like this one. But if we make it less than y, in this case, like if conditions will not be true, else conditions will work for the true. So in this case, it will output 7, as you see here, right? Everything clear. So that one, same as you see here, they are equals to each other. Okay, I mean that one and that one. Maybe you will say there's lot like long quotes, like you're reading a lot of quotes to just displaying out that one. No, it is not. When you works for the complex things, so maybe you will add there, I mean, like else if conditions, and after that you will add again your conditions in here, and you will add their codes, and after that you will put else again, and you will do many more stuff there. All right, this is another case. In this case, maybe you will put your x is equals y, and else if conditions will work. In this case, let's say it is also 10, and when you do that, so in this case this one will work, only the other one, I mean that one will be what? Let's see what will happen right now. Okay, let's do it 15 15 because we already displayed out 10. Okay, when you run that, see what will happen. 15, as you see, now output is 15 because they are equals to each other. But if you do that 7, the output will be what? Again 15 or 7, because in, okay, x is greater than y, but if conditions not corresponding to this result, and just y conditions will work in here, like else conditions, because x is not equals y in here, or even x is not less than y, as you see here, x is greater than y, and else conditions is just reporting you that true conditions in here. So in here we can't operate all these things. Maybe we can add there even or, so to make it like the another stuff, I mean like x equals y, like that, then maybe we can make it longer. But this is something like, by the way, like that. Even you can run that too, but when your program is much complex or like too much complicated, it will be so difficult to work on it. Okay, let's say count again and that, and just say enable and run that again. As you see, the result will be 7 again. Why? Because in this case x is not less than y, or even x is not like not equals to y. So in this case x is like not true and y is the true part in this case. Okay, that's the way how we work with this what, conditional operators, with like instead of if if conditions. So that's you need to know when you use these programs. Just remember that it's so helpful for like some basic conditional operations. You can use that one. Okay, but when your program is so complex or too much problematic, just you can use traditional if else conditions. Thank you for watching to my videos. So let's see you in another class. Another class will be about bitwise operators, and I will show you also there about shorthand assignment, how we can combine them. See you there. I hope you understand this topic. If you understand, I'm so happy. If not, you can just put in description your comment, then I can check and I can help you. See you there.